What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. Superstar, famous action and fantasy movies are mostly only made possible because of CGI. From characters flying, magic waving, and face manipulation, all ever existing because of modern magic we call CGI. But before the effects are done, the raw captures aren't as magical as you'd think. Let's start with a crowd favorite, shall we? Here are what famous movie scenes really look like without CGI.
You break the rules and become a hero. I do it and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair.
Wanda Maximoff, or the Scarlet Witch's fight scene against the Illuminati, was one of the most iconic scenes, but as we can all predict, it took a lot of editing. First, Elizabeth Olsen had to get a trainer to help her manipulate her fingers like the way we love it. Then the real show begins. Strings and ropes surround her bloody, otherworldly body while she dreamwalks to get to the Illuminati. While there are a lot of real-looking props in the background, there's no denying the scenes are full of CGI effects to get the real scene. Shutting up Black Bolt might be easy work, but with the celestial powers of the Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel on that scene, making it look really a lot of hours. After putting them both in strings and circles around their hips, the showdown begins. If they weren't being flown around the air, Captain Marvel is attached to a machine to keep her flying in the air, pushing Wanda down.
If you ever touch her against her will again,
don't do this.
She's not sure what she wants.
Don't do this.
Let me give you a clue. Wait for her to say the words.
It might be gray, but the reason is that they shot it in the forest, which would beat the purpose of a green screen. But enough about that. All I can say is that Twilight really deserves its hype. I mean, looking Kristen Stewart not bawling in laughter, petting a man in gray tights. To shoot this intimate Bella and Jacob in wolf form scene, they dressed the stuntman in a suit. Now, the reason for this is to make sure that his edited body in the real scene is precise and clean cut. The suit had to be gray because of editors will find it difficult to edit the green suit to a wolf because the background leaves would be affected too. Kristen only had to pat air, but you gotta admit, that's a lot of talent and skill not to die laughing.
If they are worthy to live, and I will return for judgment.
After being nominated by not one, not two, not even three, but 9 awards for the visual effects used, Eternals definitely didn't disappoint. With Thena's golden ethereal beauty and Makari's speed, the editors definitely deserve all the credits to give. Lauren Ridloff, the actress that played as Makari, admits that wearing the superhero suits isn't as agile and light as the audience might think. To achieve her speedster bod, she has to work out, and I mean work out a lot. But especially, your core has to be extremely strong. After she's strapped in her suit and strings, she has to run literally in a diagonal posture to make it look realistic after editing. With heavy equipment bringing her down, not to mention her position, her core is extremely strong. But she's running on a large floor treadmill to make her running look really real. See that part where she jumps? She shares that. You should smash that like button. But jokes aside, it genuinely looks extremely hard to look stable while in the air.
Whoa. Elephants.
Bow your head.
Why?
Show them respect.
We can already imagine that filming the whole movie in a literal jungle would prove to be difficult and, if anything, life-threatening. But thanks to the green screen, or blue screen for that matter, the movie looks like the real thing. But when we take a look at the raw footage, the respect you have for the actors just springs up, because regular us would be laughing our asses off. The movie's budget ranges from $175 to $177 million US, which explains how they pulled off filming everything with a blue screen without going broke. In the bare necessities scene, the background, the animals, and even the bodies of water are only edits of technology and VFX while they go through the entire song. Sometimes, to draft the placements of large animals, they use a large animal-shaped cardboard to identify placements.
Baby raptor, I made a promise we would bring her home.
You made a promise to a dinosaur.
Yeah. What?
Now, we can't travel all the way back to a couple of billion years, so how did they make it look so real? If you answer through a green screen, you're surprisingly wrong. To make sure the details were down to the very smallest bit, the Gigantosaurus was actually handmade, or at least up to its neck. The head is held up by a machine that controls the dinosaur's mouth and body, and the rest is a green screen. It was definitely no easy feat to achieve with its 20 meters by length and 50 meters by width measurements. With the skeleton and scales in place, it went through several run-throughs to make sure it looked realistic on camera, as they took footage of the dinosaur from all angles to let its body move more smoothly. When you look at the movie again, take a moment to appreciate the realistic eye movements and even the tongue vibrations as it roared at its victims. Even those small details, including the gulps on its throat, were meticulously handled. When they decided to shoot the scene, it didn't really take much to scare the actors and actresses. I mean, who wouldn't be petrified with a massive dinosaur head with literally real-looking teeth about to devour you? Let's just say their faces weren't all acting after all. VFX dinosaurs might be hard to look realistic, but at least it's on land. In Game of Thrones Season 7, Daenerys' dragon has already grown up to be a child weapon, but with animal scales that require so much precision, you'd be surprised to know that, unlike Jurassic Park, everything was CGI. They built a roughly shaped dragon for Emilia Clarke to mount on. The trick here was to get up close, just a neck shot of the dragon. It's less work but shows utmost precision, from its ears to its fire. Moreover, the shot was mostly close up to make sure the audience saw the anger and cruelty in the eyes of Daenerys, after she lost so much already. Behind her would be a green wall to edit the skies later on witness to the fire-breathing dragon she manipulates to her advantage. Remember, CGI can only do so much. The crew also had to add planes to manipulate the lightning to make it seem like Daenerys is actually in the sky with the bright sun and clouds. With the artificial wind in her hair, the scene as she roars to the skies burning everything with blind anger is as realistic as it can ever be. Avatar won several awards, including the 82nd Academy Awards for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Best Visual Effects. With those prestige awards, you can definitely count on them to serve smooth and realistic CGI effects. It's something only great acting and amazing editing skills can do. The preliminaries are dressed in a black tight suit with digital markings for an easier editing process. They act as if they are surrounded by humans, however the background isn't a green screen, but the materials the preliminaries work with are actually barely sticks. This is why they definitely deserve the credit, because even with the powers of a green screen, it's hard to paste big blue characters and large gates on a scene so easily. Known as one of the most expensive franchises ever to exist at a whopping $1 billion, we can only expect the best of the best. It probably will come as a surprise that the blue animals want you to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. No, but really? In the film they are real animals, like the horse shot was an actual donkey chewing some grass. This definitely added to the realistic effect they were going for. Modern technology definitely brought the movies we love to life. With intense editing and great crew, I guess even fire-breathing dragons and blue giant humans are actually pretty achievable. See you in the next video.